your girl Zamia, and welcome back to my channel for another juicy story time today. Today's story time is going to be about the time I got expelled from elementary school. And this story time might be a two-parter. I don't know yet. Because it is kind of long. It is. But let's just get right into it. Let's not waste no time. So, basically, I have to break down what led up to all of this and why it truly happened the way it happened. So, for my 3rd grade year, I was going to this school, and we're going to just call this school Imagination. So, I was going to Imagination. If you know, it's kind of pretty much close to the original name. So, I was going to Imagination or whatever, and I had to repeat my 3rd grade year. So when I left, Imagination got closed down. So I ended up going to, let's call this school Lincoln. I went to Lincoln for a bit to repeat 3rd grade. 4th grade rolls around. My mom's like, do you want us to go to Lincoln? I'm like, not really. So Mom was like, well, you can go back to Imagination, but she was like, it's not called Imagination no more. So when Imagination got reopened, they had to change the name because it got bought out by somebody else. So Imagination turned into Horizontal. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, is it all the same stuff there? She's like, yeah, pretty much. I'm like, okay, that's cool with me. So I then go back to Horizontal. And on this day, my mom had to drop me off really early, so I was with our principal. Now, our principal was the nicest principal. Like, she was the best principal. Like, I love that lady so much. Like, when my mom would drop me off early, she would just let me do arts and crafts, and I would just be making paper mache, flowers, and stuff. And I would be having fun, you know? So, she was, so she was there for my whole 4th grade year, the principal was. So, around this time, I was, like, getting bullied a lot. Like an unnecessary amount. But I was never, like, scared. Like, I thought, this wasn't like, no, oh, they just picked on you with words. No, it was always physical altercations. And a lot of the times, it was boys and not girls. So, yeah, let that sink in. So I'll hang out with these girls one day, and the next day, they don't want to be my friend anymore. Then the next day come around, they're my friend. Then they wouldn't be my friend. Then they'll be my friend. Like, it was very on and off, on and off, on and off. And it was becoming very toxic for me mentally. And I was so tired of the school. Like, I really didn't want to go back to my 5th grade year. I didn't. So, after all the fighting that was going on my whole 4th grade year, let's fast forward to 5th grade year. So, for 5th grade year, they fired our principal, which I will never forget them for that because she was the best principal ever. So, she was only there for, like, I think a month or two. And they fired her. So, fast forward a couple months, we get a pastor. And let's just say this pastor, he is a problem. Like, if he really did not like kids that had single moms. And I'll tell you how I found that out also. But he did not like kids that had single moms. Like, he would target the kids whose moms were not married or moms were not in any kind of relationship. Like, if your mother had a child that was out of what they consider wedlock, that he did not like you. And that was the majority of the school. So, fuck, I guess he just didn't like the whole school. So, I did not like his vibe. So, here we go. This is where it's about to go down, okay? This is where the tea really comes in, and this is how I ended up getting expelled. Okay. So, right, all of a sudden, like, he comes in. People have noticed, like, there was this one little girl, I think she was like a 2nd or 3rd grader, who had a more thicker build to her, and he would be staring at her butt. Like, he would be, every time she walked past at lunch, he would be staring at her butt. Like, full on, just staring at it. And we would catch that, and people would be laughing and joking about it. So I just kept that in the back of my mind. One day, I'm at my friend's grandmother's house. Now, this is around, I would say, if I had to put a month on it, March. I was at my friend's grandmother's house who lives in my neighborhood. I'm not going to give any names. But if she watches this video, she knows who she is. So, at this time, she was my only friend in the neighborhood because there wasn't really that many kids. So, yeah, my light just turned off. Don't worry about it. Anyways, so, basically, she was like, yeah, I know that pastor. Like, he's a pedophile. He likes kids. And I'm like, repeat that one more time. Let me make sure I heard what you... So, I was like, let me make sure I heard what you just said correctly. Did you just say man like kids? So then my wheels started turning. And I'm like, he be looking at that little girl butt at school. Like, that's crazy. So I go home, I tell my mama. I'm like, did you know that man is a pedophile? Mama's like, oh, what? So my mama, she's trying to find him on the little register list. And I don't know if he was registered or not. But her grandmother, my friend's grandmother, is a churchly woman, like church. So she knows these pastors. I don't think she would lie to my little kid trying to tell me that if he wasn't. So let's say I get back to school, right? And I'm sitting in the lunchroom with, what did I name her? Sniper. I'm sitting in the lunchroom with Sniper, and at this time, Sniper's grandma worked at our school. She was our lunch lady. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, did you know Miss Gigi, because her name's her with a G, Miss Gigi, that the pastor, and we can name this pastor Trifling, because he's trifling for what he did and what he does. He's trifling. And I hope you see this and know you're trifling. So, right, I am getting to school and it's getting around. I don't know if Miss Gigi told the teachers or what, but I was telling all the students, and these words, I told every student, I said, he is a registered offender. He likes kids. They're like, oh my gosh, how do you know this? I'm like, my friend grandma told me he like kids and la la la. Right? Keep this in. I'm telling everybody in their mama, stay away from that man. You feel me? So it gets to the point. I'm guessing it got back to him. Right? Fast forward, one day in class, a student is acting out. One of the many boys that I kept getting into it with. But he acted out in class. And so the teacher calls, the pastor down to come get him and take him to our in-school detention area, right? He comes down and he just staring at me. Now, what we not gonna do is stare at me. I hate people staring at me. Do not, if you can glance at me, but what are you staring at me for? Like you staring through my soul. Why are you staring so hard? Like, what? Can I help you? Do you need something? And that's when it started getting to me like, oh, he might have found out what I said. This is where I need to grab y'all snacks and grab y'all drinks. This man gets mad because I said, can you stop staring at me? My mama said that's rude. He said, come with me. I said, for what? For what? What you want me to come with you for? I ain't even did nothing. I just asked you to stop staring at me because that's rude. You're staring at me. I ain't even the one in trouble. I ain't even did nothing. So I'm like, for what? Like, I didn't do nothing. He said, come with me right now. I'm like, for what? I did not do nothing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just get up. I'm going to go. But when I get down there, oh, best believe I'm going to give you hell. Because that's where you're going. You're going to hell. Nasty self. You're trifling. Trifling. So, I get up on my seat. My teacher confused and she like, what did she do? Nah, shit. He just mad because I told everybody his business. So, right, I get up. I'm like, I'm going to just go. The boy get up that's going to go down there. We all head down there. I'm like in the back of my head, I'm going to give you hell because you're not finna just be having me go somewhere with you. I ain't even do nothing. Like, all I asked you was to stop staring at me because you were staring at me the whole time you walked. The first time he walked in that room, he stared at me the whole way. And okay, I'm about to explain. This is how I know he was staring at me the whole way. You know how you can feel when somebody like is staring at you, like you can just feel it. Like this is my desk right here. I'm facing this way. The door is right here. I'm literally right by the door. So I seen him on my peripheral vision walk in the room and just boom, like straight eyes on me for no reason. I've always been a stick up for myself kind of person. I'm not going to just let you talk to me any kind of way. I'm not going to let you just do any and everything you want. Like, no, that's just not happening, sir. So, right, we get to the in-school detention area, right? I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a seat. I'm going to take the furthest seat away from you, though, because I don't trust you. I don't trust you. So, I'm going down, I sit down. I'm like, okay. He's like, everybody pull out their work, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you didn't even let me grab my work. He's like, well, you know you were coming down here. I told you to come with me. I said, but you didn't let me grab my stuff. So what am I going to do? He's like, I don't know, just stare at the wall. You getting all smart. I said, oh, you're big mad that I told everybody what you are to protect these kids. You shouldn't be you shouldn't even be in a school. You shouldn't be allowed to touch school grounds. If it was up to me, you'd be 6 feet under the jail. You supposed to be holy. You out here touching kids. Just nasty. Just downright nasty. So I said, you know what? Call my mama. So he calls my mom. This man he gonna get on the phone and lie. He tried to lie on my name. Not only are you a pastor touching kids, but you lying? You're lying as a pastor? I said, bet. He said, your mama want to talk to you. My mama already knew what that man was saying was pure bull. She know it was bull. So I got on the phone with my mama. I was like, hello? That's not what happened. No, Mom, that's not what happened. I was minding my business. I asked him to stop staring at me. He's still staring at me. I told him that Mama said staring is rude. He got mad and made me come down here. My mom was like, hand back the phone. As I'm telling her what's going on, as I am telling my mom what is happening, this man is full on laughing. So where I am, I'm still on the phone with my mama. I ain't handing him the phone back yet. The phone up to my ear, I'm like this. He a kiki cat. I said, what's funny? Someone was like, hand him back the phone. I said, okay. I hand that man back the phone. He like, so I guess my mom was cussing him out. What are you laughing about? Because it wasn't nothing funny. Like, this is supposed to be a serious situation, and you're laughing, sir. You're laughing. So my mama get the phone back or whatever, right? And he was like, I was not laughing. I'm yelling at him so my mom can hear me. I'm like, yes, you was laughing. Every kid in this room heard you laughing. So then they start laughing because they know I'm telling the truth. I said, everybody in this room just heard you laughing. Like, what's funny? You're laughing for what? Like, he's like, because you're lying. I said, I'm not lying about why I'm down here. I said, you can call the teacher. You can call the teacher right now and ask her what happened. Because she was confused as to why you was even pulling me out the class. I didn't even do anything. That day I was on my best behavior. And if you knew me, I was never on my best behavior. If you know me now, I'm still never on my best behavior. So the fact that I've been a good kid that day, what did you put me in the class for? I would understand if I really said some disrespectful stuff. All I said was, can you stop staring at me? I didn't know having boundaries was disrespectful. So, my mom was going off on this man. He's like, well, you know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do? I'm like, what? You're going to be expelled from the school. For what? I didn't break any school violations. And this is why you don't just let everybody run a school. Because his slow, dumb self didn't file a lick of paperwork. So I was able to go to another school. And you know what happened a couple months after I left? God's plan. That school got shut right on down. Yeah. School got shut down. He was out of a job. The teachers was out of a job. The students was out of a school. They had to switch schools. And when they be like, God don't like ugly. So yeah. So that was about the time I got expelled from elementary school for absolutely no reason. And I wasn't even doing nothing wrong. Because he was a pedophile. Because he liked kids. And I told everybody. I did. I told everybody. As I should. Because that's wrong for him to be working there with kids. But like, subscribe, and comment down below some more videos you want to see from me. Peace out, guys.